Ooh, I'm gonna have to say good morning for people because I'm not used to coming on here in the morning. But I'm really hot today. And first of all, I want to thank everybody for showing up. I appreciate it. And if you could take a few moments, hit the like, make comments while we're chatting or after. It all works. And please hit the subscribe button so we definitely can keep this in the algorithm. I'm going to throw my disclaimer up right now because it needs to happen. Because fair use, fair use, fair use. This is falls under all the categories, but more importantly, I got to educate somebody. I got to teach them something, and a whole lot of commenting on this idiot. So please do that. And I do have a special guest with me today.
What's up?
And
Sorry,
that is
pretty loud in
wow.
your ears.
That was really yeah.
I have to make people know that they have feelings still.
True crime with Squirrel Girl. Now y'all probably know who she is because she is a killer on Twitter.
And I see Robin in the chat. Hey, Robin. Sorry, I probably bursted everybody's eardrums.
Yeah, she's sitting really close. Hi, Robin.
I gotta remind y'all can hear.
So she got as hot as this as I did, and that's really weird because her job is to keep me calm. That never happens. I get hot, but not this hot. I hope everybody's having a great day, but we got to go on and get into this. I mean, so y'all are probably like, who are we talking about? Oh, okay. Let's go on and throw this up here too and get it over with. You. I have let's just go on and start the show. Y'all hang on to your boots, get your popcorn, get you something to drink. Tighten that seatbelt because here we go.
We're over here talking and we on mute.
Oh, well.
Now I know. Great. I've been wondering how creators are like, oh, I've been talking all this time and I'm on mute. That's how.
Thank you, Robin. That's okay. I'm hot enough to repeat it all. So we're talking about bullshit Betty. Okay? I've had enough with her and she really pissed me off today more than normal. Okay? Normally, I just shoo her off like bad dandruff on a bald head. But today, okay. So we're talking about when she went, through the neighborhood, right? Because she says, I didn't do anything but drive up. I can't imitate her, and I don't want to be able to either.
You want me to do it?
Sure, go ahead.
She says, I didn't do nothing except drive through their neighborhood 4 times. And
she doesn't admit 4 times.
She does at one point, but I don't remember when that was. Drove through their neighborhood 4 times and, got footage of stuff and zoomed in on things that I needed to zoom in on and, posted flyers. And, I don't know how she thinks that people are supposed to believe that the flyer that she posted in their neighborhood, that she didn't become, Elastigirl and stretch from the road through their yard to the pole. Because if any of you have seen, I don't remember who posted the screenshots, but they posted a screenshot of from the road to the telephone pole.
Well, I have a picture in my video of going over the house. The telephone pole is not in the Proudfoot yard. It is like 1 foot in the next door neighbor's yard.
Right, but it's far enough from the road that you would not be able to, in no physical way, stretch, even on your tippy toes, to post the flyer. And she says she got out of her car, posted the flyer, got back in her car, posted a flyer, blah, blah, blah. You went in people's yards, and then you wonder why the police got called on you. And it wasn't by YouTubers, as you say. YouTubers didn't call the police on you. It was local people because you were going on their private property. I mean...
Well, maybe she can't stretch her legs that far. I'm just going to leave that right there. I know JLR ain't going to pick it up, so I ain't got nothing to worry about.
No, JLR, drop that shit.
Exactly. There it is on the screen. Drop that shit. Then she just going to play the thing a little more.
Let me play it some more.
About their case, which is in violation of my constitutional rights. Either way.
I'm sorry, Robin. Yeah, she does have selective memory. No, it wasn't you. I had a sound issue in the beginning, and I just hope people stay till the sound comes on because I was ranting while the sound was off. So maybe that's a good thing. But don't worry, I'm not done ranting at all, and there's a good reason. She has selective memory, but it's not like from 1 week to 1 week. It's from one live to the other. If she does a live at 6, by 8, she don't know what the fuck she said.
That is true.
And carry on.
You guys know that this all took place. They didn't do anything. Apparently weren't in fear for their life the entire time they had Faith at their home. And then the day that Faith...
Okay, what in the hell do you have that you think you have the right to talk about Faith? Faith has nothing to do with the Sebastian Rogers missing child case.
Nope.
Nothing at all.
Nope.
You have no right to talk about Faith.
And it's not like she's got kids or something and, you know, she can talk from like a parent point of view or whatever. She don't got no kids.
Thank God. I mean, pretty much from what I hear throughout her life, her own mama didn't like her. And now maybe they on some stable ground or whatever because she doesn't have any problem hiding her out and she doesn't have any problem in being her mod on her channel as her daughter sits there and all that shit flies out her mouth from all the lying she does. You have no right, no business talking about Faith at all. Whatever happened between Chris Proudfoot and Nina has nothing to do with you.
Nope.
At all. Nothing.
Not at all.
You have gone too far. There are boundaries in the real world. And you think you have no boundaries. But someone, somewhere, one day, you're going to be out there in the real world, in the wrong place, at the wrong time, and someone's going to put you in your boundary. I don't know who it is.
I heard.
It may be God.
I heard her veiled threats towards and about the minor child. Yes, she has. She's basically trying to get her people on her channel and stuff to like make some kind of like CPS thing.
She's not asking. She's not, you know, like you said, she's trying to get her maybe. No, she is telling, make a letter.
Oh yeah, she's like writing the governor and shit. Like, what the? You don't live in Tennessee, Betty. You live in freaking Florida. Stay in Florida. Stay in your zone.
And even if she's on the highway, apparently she can't stay in her lane.
No, and apparently, according to her, if I go to Tennessee and buy a soda, I'm a resident.
I guess when she buys a soda and checks into a hotel, then she's definitely a resident. I guess in her mind. But she doesn't pay a light bill, so I don't. You're dumb, Betty. For all the intelligence in the world you think you have,
she was very.
You need to stay in your fucking lane. And if your car is so old that it doesn't have lane reminders on it, get you a new car because you obviously need a reminder to stay in your lane. Oh.
She was very snarky about the stepdaughter.
She shouldn't have been talking about her. Shouldn't have been talking about her at all. Let's carry on with this shit show.
Was home the very next day. They filed these protective orders when I hadn't even been in the community except one time for 2 days. That was actually around their house for videotaping and recording. Now you watched Vinny Politic.
Oh my God, here we go with the lies. I was only in their town for 2 days. Yeah, and for 2 days, you were a tornado of shit. 4 times in front of the Bowersock's house, 4 times in front of a 4, 2, whatever. You shouldn't have been there if you want to get it for one time. Like there's no film of their street and their house, right? There's not any. Really? Google Maps? Everybody else has been using Google Maps and found their house and found their street and all the lives that have been done about the Proudfoots have been used that way. Nope, we haven't been running out into their yard driving cars fast here. No one's done that in stalking them but you.
I mean, you even went by their house through their neighborhood at 3 a.m., Betty. That's creepy as shit.
You're lucky you didn't get shot.
Like, that.
You're in an open carry state. And you're creeping. And what makes you think that since you think it's so dark and you got away with your creeping, then how come the thought about Sebastian getting in a car with somebody or maybe walking off, hypothetically, right, doesn't sit in your mind anywhere? For all I know, you picked him up. I'm just saying.
Tennessee has a road rage law. She should have been arrested on the spot. Oh, that is so true. I'm surprised she wasn't arrested that day when she went after Terry. Well, even before that, when the cop, when she was talking to the cop or whatever, the way that she got out of her car when, as I say, she got pulled over, because I don't know another way to say it right now, but who jumps out of the car when you get stopped? That's how you get shot.
She's lucky she didn't get shot. I'm so proud of Terry Bowersox, even though he was scared, and you could tell he was scared, right? She's special. No, she's not.
Yeah, that's funny. She's special, remember?
That's
not.
Even though she's not special, the thing of it is, you jump out that car like that. Terry Bowersox is an older gentleman. He did not look like he wasn't afraid, because he did. Did he look like somebody wildering under a flower? No, but he also was taken aback. And if that would have been, well, anybody else, you might have got your ass kicked if it was a woman.
Oh, yeah. If
it was I don't know who.
I'm pretty sure if it was anybody else, she would have either got her ass beat or she would have got shot, because she got out of her car in the middle of traffic and went up to his window
aggressively.
He handled the situation with class.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did. He was very calm.
And then he bolted his ass, stomped on the gas, and ran a red light to get away from you. Even the fleas try to get away from you.
And she's like, oh, he was stalking me. It's all on camera, blah, 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 blah. No, it's on camera that you were stalking him. So I hope somebody gives that video to the judge. I hope they do. There are so many videos.
I hope they do too, because everybody on the internet now has seen the breakdown of that video by other creators, not myself, but other creators. But I did see it, and they done an excellent job of proving you stalked the man.
Mm-hmm.
They used your own video that you made in your own words to show you stalked the man. And you're stalking the Proudfoots in front of their house. I bet you when you put that sign up on their pole, the one that's in the neighbor's yard 1 foot away from their property line, I can just see you out there. There you go, Katie. Where's Sebastian, Katie? While you were putting that up, did you think
she was stalking him? And the fact that she right now has a TRO.
Well, she has a TRO because of this, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Ooh.
So do you think I believe that you posted on a telephone pole that you're not supposed to do, even though you think you should be able to?
Yeah, it's illegal.
That you wasn't yelling at the house to Katie, where's the bag? You think I don't think you did that shit? I don't need video to know how stupid you are.
No, I mean, she got in trouble for I think she originally got in trouble because it's illegal there to post it on the
telephone
poles.
Well,
and
because
she knew.
doesn't understand that some places have beautification and safety for other human beings.
Yeah.
She does not comprehend that
No,
at all.
She thinks she can do whatever she wants. Oh, this is illegal. Well, I'm Bullhorn Betty, so that means I can do it, but just no one else.
In my state, they don't stop people from posting flyers on the telephone poles. You know what? I bet in her state they may not have telephone poles. I bet you for lights they have the metal poles.
Probably. I don't know. I don't go to Florida because two YouTubers are there that I don't like. So.
Well, there you go. But I bet you they have the metal poles that hold the lights and stuff.
Probably.
So they don't care if you wrap tape around it. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, keep on going. We're going through
All the time on Court TV, he's standing on public roadway talking in front of a house.
You are not Denny Politan, okay?
Or Nick, what is his name? Nick Barris?
You're not him either, but right now she's talking about Denny Politan. You are not Denny, but you're
not the news.
You're not the news.
You're not media even.
You're not.
You printed out your press pass from the freaking computer.
Well, that's okay, because you can be an independent media, right? But you're not Vinnie Paulson, okay? You're not. And you're like, oh, Vinnie Paulson does this, and I should be able to do this. Because when you get your own TV show, then we can talk about it, okay? But your whole group, and your whole group consists of you, Seth, and Tony. Y'all are stupid. Y'all lied your asses off to Tony and Seth to get up there on Vinny's show, and you lied to him, and look how he acted with y'all. When you found out the truth that y'all lied to him about Seth being cleared, he went, don't cut your asses off and get the fuck out of here.
Did you hear I think it was yesterday, or maybe this morning, I think it was yesterday, whenever, that Betty, TikTok Tony had sent Betty 50 after this happened with
oh yeah, I touched something.
Yeah, I got it. After this happened with Terry, that TikTok Tony sent her $50 because she said, oh, after the Terry thing happened. Sorry, y'all. Sometimes I gotta stutter. My ADHD makes me move too fast. So
don't tell that because she'll be calling you defective.
Yeah, she'll be calling me defective because I do have ADHD and autism. So Betty, fuck you. What was that? Oh, Betty, about her and the Terry. After she stopped Terry in the middle of the road and stuff. After that, TikTok Tony sent her $50 because she had said, "Oh, I think I deserve a $50 steak." And
in her video of her stalking.
Yeah, in her video. And so then TikTok Tony sent her $50 and said something about you did a good job, girl. Something like that, and something about for beating up the
Bower socks.
But it wasn't Bower socks. It was beating up the B socks, like trying to not say Bower socks. So was that
couldn't spell it?
Probably. But I'm like, was that $50 for the steak, or was that $50 for her to go crazy and go beat up the Bower socks? I mean, because that could be taken as
she's an idiot.
She would do it though.
Let's use her word, dum dum.
Right.
You are being used by Tony and Seth, and you're just too dumb to figure it out. They sent you.
It's because they're letting her do whatever she wants, and she's already an entitled person.
And they're egging it on. And guess what? You make Seth look more guilty.
Every day.
Every day you make Seth look more guilty. And you think you're not. That's what the fuck is so funny. Why is everybody picking on that? Because he is looking a little shady. No, a lot shady.
Hell, every time he opens his mouth, something shady comes out of there.
But he can only tell the words that he's allowed to tell by Tony, because he says and repeats the same thing in the same way
He's
every
got it
time.
down pat.
Yeah, and then Tony takes over.
And says nothing.
Right. And then now you got this idiot. Let's go on.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
gonna say
let me
something
play
just
her.
as dumb. Yeah.
Where a murder or an abduction took place. And that's basically no different than what I did out there in that area. And except I didn't get out of my car, I didn't have my microphone, and I wasn't pointing at their house. I drove by inside my own private property, which is my vehicle, and recorded out the window to get the shots that I needed. And I slowed down with my car. There was nobody behind me or in front of me or anything like that. So I was able to slow down and stop and zoom into a couple places. But again, from
zoom into a couple places. Betty, did you try to zoom in on the Proudfoot's windows or their yard or, the neighbors' yards or windows? That's stalking, Betty. I don't care if nobody was in front of you, behind you, what the fuck ever. If you come into my neighborhood and start filming, I'm going to go out there and be like, what the fuck are you doing? And zooming in on people's windows, that could be the only thing you were zooming in on in a neighborhood like that. There's kids there, Betty.
Well, zooming in on the front door because I got to verify because the police didn't do a good job. I got to go zoom in on every house to figure out which house has ring doorbells. And,
right.
Did you walk to every, did you just walk through every yard, knock on the door, and said, "Hey"? I guess nobody asked you, but when the little boy down the street, Sebastian, came up missing because of her mama, because of his mama, or you are so fucking unprofessional. It's disgusting.
And you say you film everything. When it comes to the courts, you're like, oh, well, they can look at all my stuff because I don't delete anything. Everything I do is on film, blah, blah, blah.
Well, that's a lie.
Well, where is your footage of zooming in on these places, as you say? What places did you zoom in on? Where's the rest of your footage that you aren't showing us of your stalkish fucking behavior?
God, we saw enough of what she recorded. So let's carry on with this.
Roadway and from my private vehicle. So one of the things that I had stated was, seeing how it's so dangerous being at the Proudfoot home, that they should, that hopefully Nina, if she gets a hold of this, uses that because it's too dangerous. It's too dangerous for Faith to be there. It's too dangerous for Faith to be over the power stocks because they're claiming the same thing. They got crazy YouTubers trying to unalive them and putting their life in jeopardy. And so I do hope Nina does use it. I don't speak to Nina. I don't have her email, phone number, or anything like that. So it's not like I would be the one giving it. But I'm pretty sure she has her hand on the pulse. And is.
You know why she does it? Because it's none of your business. Nina is not your business. And Faith is not your business. Leave that little girl alone. You should not be talking about Faith at all. I've said this earlier in here. You have no business talking about Faith.
None at all.
And no, there's no reason why Faith should be told about. I'm sure she was told something because I'm sure she asked where Sebastian was. I'm sure she was told just enough by her mom and by her stepdad, enough to know he wasn't there. And that he possibly ran away. Since that is what the police are believing. But then again, I'm sure that everything was people being grown-ups. Something you know nothing about. Get Faith out your motherfucking mouth and mind your fucking business. Faith is not your business.
Watching the shenanigans from the sidelines and probably utilizing whatever she can to protect her daughter. And I hope she does. So it's a little crazy. I don't know who leaked this information out. And I don't know how it was able to be leaked out. But apparently there has been some things that have been leaked. And it's a little concerning for me because it was leaked to Illuminati. And Cluminati sat on her hands and did nothing. And had it been anybody else, I guarantee she would have called the law. So what had happened is, this is what the email says. It's from an anonymous source. It says, interesting that after Nick Barris' statement may be why a judge allowed Faith to go ahead and have access to the Proudfoots for the summer. Let me get past that to the next paragraph. Apparently, after you started talking about how dangerous their houses were because of their restraining orders, you hope that Nina used it to benefit to her benefit to stop Faith from going to the Proudfoots. Katie lost her mind and got hysterical. Called Clue threatening to unalive herself if they lost Faith. Funny how we never get emotions leaked like that after Sebastian evaporated. And I thought it was a little weird because...
What proof do you have that conversation even happened at all?
Exactly.
And Cluminati has done more stuff to find Sebastian than you have.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm gonna need to see some proof. And I ain't saying receipts because I think that's the stupidest.
Well, that is stupid.
Just say proof.
A receipt's a fucking receipt that I get from when I buy a soda.
Exactly. I don't know why people on here gotta say, I gotta see a receipt for this and what. Just say proof. I gotta say proof. Proof.
What?
There's already a word for it.
Okay, hold on. I cannot count on my hands how many people in my life have come to me being upset over something, and at times some of those people have talked about taking their life.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I did not report it to the police. You know why? Because they were talking to me. They were not in a state of doing it. They were talking to me to calm down.
Exactly.
And she may not have said a threat of I'm going to do it. She may have said it makes me feel at times like I wanna blah blah blah.
Right. I mean, we don't know the conversation, nor do we know if it even fucking happened.
Exactly. Here she is again. Somebody in her email. Don't know who. I don't know who to tell you because I don't have to tell you. I'm just going to throw out this word salad to include Katie and to include the word unalive herself. Just like Seth and Tony, I have no backup with facts. No backup with any facts whatsoever. This is guess what I heard on paper.
And if you were so concerned about this, or your people that emailed you about this are so concerned, why didn't they call?
Yeah, why didn't the person who so-called sent you this in Mystery Land of Bitty Boot Fantasy, why didn't they call the police? No, they sat down and wrote an email to you.
And when was this even?
And when, what was this, last month? The day before? Your whole people cannot be trusted. There's no reason to trust you. There's no reason to believe anything that comes out of your mouth. Because why? You're a tragedy hoe. Sorry, call it like I see it. Isn't that what you say? Yeah, carry on.
As you know, if she's threatening to unalive herself, that needs to be called into law enforcement. If that's true, and if that conversation actually happened, shame on Cluminati for not calling that in. That is a mental health issue right there, where somebody is threatening to off themselves if they don't get some certain action. Now, again, this is from an anonymous source. I don't know how true that is. Only the audience that are paying attention or have contact with this, whale of a content creator that has no education, most likely a criminal herself. If not, I would be surprised. She will be soon. I'm certain of that. Her illegal.
Takes me a second.
Oh, okay.
Oh
my God. Now you're saying Cluminati. I have trouble saying her name. I'm sorry. Clue. You're saying Clue's a felon. You're saying Clue has mental issues. You're saying, oh,
She ain't got no room to speak. I'm just saying she got the personalities of the seven dwarves.
yeah, and one of them's missing.
Which
It
was
just-
Happy.
No.
I'm just asking.
Happy ain't missing.
I mean, do we need to go set a search party for the heads of the dwarf?
No. I just, can you back that up a little? I'm just going to
Yeah,
hear
hang on.
this one more time. Just a little bit. Let me hear that
Threatening
shit.
to off themselves if they don't get some certain action. Now, again, I this is from an anonymous source. I don't know how true that is. Only the audience that are paying attention or have contact with this, whale of a content creator that has no education, most likely a criminal herself. If not, I would be surprised. She will be soon. I'm certain of that. Her illegal.
Can you hand me this right here for
Oh,
a
hold
second?
on.
I'm
Yeah, I
sorry,
got my-
y'all, if I got loud.
Got my stuff on it.
Okay, she said a whale of a.
Dave, you got notes?
Yeah, I do about this one. Hold on, if I can see it.
You got a fucking notebook, y'all.
But no, I had to write this down, because I keep hearing her say this, okay, a whale of a situation. First of all, you're a woman who isn't all that,
there.
you're not, I'm trying to be polite.
She ain't a thin mint.
Hell,
Sorry, was that-
she ain't a mint at all. She's not, what is that girl's name? Oh man, I can't think of her name.
Shoot, Magnolia.
Oh yeah, you're
Had to
no
think of-
Magnolia,
Had to think of the
okay?
flower, sorry.
You're no Magnolia. Okay, just get that straight right now. But you sit there and you're calling, you want to talk about Clue for a little bit right there, and then you call her ignorant by saying she never finished high school. You call her a felon because you call everybody a felon. You say you have no felons against yourself, which we all know that is not true. And I mean, do you think Clue having anything less than what you have makes her more of a criminal than you? Oh, okay, wait. Let's talk about your education first. You dropped out of the 10th grade. You sit here and you claim you're so fucking smart, but you're not as smart as a tic-tac on the back of an ant's ass going through a flood into a... Oh, okay. And then you went back later to get your GED. We got to tell the truth today. You want the truth? Okay, Betty got dropped out of high school in the 10th grade. Then sometime later, she went back to get her GED. And then later, she got a paralegal diploma from a unaccredited associate degree, I guess, associate diploma in paralegal. And every time you hear her talk, she is, she's a tax person, she's paralegal, she's the jack of all trades and the master of fucking none.
Yeah, according to Betty, she's done everything.
I mean, she's an electrician, she's a mechanic, she does all the things that a man can do, according to her. And also, all men are irrelevant because she can do it all. I've never heard her say a nice word about any man except Donald Trump, and he doesn't need her lip service at all. I think if Trump heard the bullshit coming out your mouth, he would turn his back on having someone like you in the so-called, you know, Trump whatever that sits on the second row.
Front row Joes.
Front row Joes. You're a front row idiot. I mean, you were even mad that you wasn't sitting on the podium behind him about the shooter. Because you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I could not
Who
believe
wishes that they were sitting back there and took... Never mind. You're not a veteran. You're not military. You're a high school dropout with a fucking 10th grade education with an unaccredited associates thing. You're not your sister who is a lawyer. You're not good enough, Betty.
Yes.
Many people have book smart, but you're not one of them because you constantly ask your subscribers to do the work for you. All you are is a mouthpiece that regurgitates what your subscribers tell you.
Yeah, she has all of the same kind of jobs that I think she has two sisters, and she has the same jobs that they do. One of them's or she claims to rather. Well, I think one of her sisters a lawyer. I don't know what the other one is, but after her sister became a lawyer, she got like jealous and went to paralegal school, and then now thinks she knows everything about the law, and she ran the place that she worked at, and according to Betty, only Betty needs to be on the earth and everything would be fine.
She really does think like that. Let's get past this. Okay, let her talk her shit more.
Work that she's been doing, I'm sure, is going to get her in trouble one of these days. Either way, I just thought that was crazy because we've never even seen that kind of emotion from Katie for her own son. And I told you how unhealthy it appeared when she was holding on to Faith, another woman's child. Like she was the happiest woman in the whole entire world to have this normal child, and shortly after her own son has disappeared.
Hold on, and that's another thing, saying that Faith is normal and Sebastian is defective. But she also, I have not seen proof of this, so this is all alleged by Betty.
I don't care. Her using the term defective is not alleged. That bitch is always calling him defective.
No, I know. I'm saying she alleges that Seth has Asperger's, which is...
Seth ain't got no Asperger's. She says he has autism, right?
Supposedly Seth said somewhere on the internet that he has Asperger's. I don't know if that's true because I have not seen it. I have not heard it. The only time I've heard it is Betty saying that Seth is autistic. That's all I've heard. So that's why I'm saying alleged, because I don't know. But if it's true, hypothetically, how can you say, Betty, that Sebastian is defective, but Seth is not, if they both have autism? You know what I'm trying to say?
I know what you're trying to say, but she don't, because that's how stupid she is.
Like, that didn't even...
Dumb. Seth, you say, is autistic, and he is a perfectly good man, and yet Sebastian, who is autistic, you say is defective. You are so ignorant. You're ignorant. I've already done a video with you calling Sebastian defective, the package, all kind. That right there. Please play this thing right here, because if I was in front of you and I heard you say that Sebastian was defective in the package, I would be going to jail, because I would slap you right in your mouth. And it's not because of a man hitting a woman. It's because you present yourself like you're a man.
And she hasn't showed hardly any emotion toward her own son. She has this big old smile while she's hugging this other woman's child as if it's her own. It was a little disturbing for me. And then something else came up.
Well, a little disturbing to me is that you keep talking about Faith. Get out of Faith business. Get out of Nina business. Get out of Chris Proudfoot in regards to Nina, in regards to Faith. Get out that business. That has nothing to do with the Sebastian case. The only common factor is Chris Proudfoot. There is a reason Chris Proudfoot and Katie Proudfoot have remained silent. They're doing what law enforcement told them to do. They're doing what they should do when they have idiots like you, Tony, and Seth.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to come out either if I had you fucking harassing me.
If I wanted to find my child, I would totally be reliant upon the police department or law enforcement. Please carry on with this idiot.
Another source, writing into me, talking about, we all know that Katie is receiving some type of financial support from the military. And none of us can ever really understand that, because it is my understanding that she hasn't been retired for 20 years or anything like that. And this is from another person, and it says something about, let me make sure there's no names in here. There is not. Okay. It says, my granddaughter is a submarine force down here in Kings Bay. She told me yesterday you cannot retire until you serve 20 years. She said almost everyone who has been in a submarine force files for disability when they leave the force. You go through the Veterans Administration and have to go to the VA to get a doctor to say that you have disabilities due to the work that you had done on the submarine. You can claim up to $2,000 a month. It depends on the disability. Yes, it is paid through the military, but as far as for retiring, that is not true. The submarine force here is well aware of Sebastian's disappearance. My granddaughter, that has been here for 8 years, knows of this case. My granddaughter is one step from being a chief, so I think she knows what she is talking about. So what did Katie get discharged? If she did, if she's receiving a stipend from the military, it's most likely for a disability. It's most likely for a disability. So I'm curious as to what purpose.
Who in the fuck do you think you are?
That ain't none of your business for sure.
First of all, go ahead. Let this little part Mark Moore play, please.
Oh shoot, hold on. I went forward.
She has, why she's receiving this, and what type of disabilities did she claim to have from her time in the service, if that's the case, and if that's the way she collects her funds. It's pretty interesting.
Okay, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And are you saying that somebody who wrote you an anonymous letter that their child is on a nuclear submarine and that Katie served on a nuclear submarine? Oh, I forgot. You don't know what her job was in the military. And let me help you out. The military term for that would be MOS. You don't know what her MOS was, and you don't know what Chris's MOS was.
And that's because it ain't none of your fucking business.
And I don't think you know how many years either one of them have served. I am a vet. So I know a lot more about the military. I know a lot more about veteran services than you could ever dream up. There is zero perfect soldier that comes out. They may have 10%, 20, 30, 40, 60, 80, 100%. You don't know what they have, and you have no right to know. Talk about HIPAA laws. Please dig your ass into trying to find out what Katie's uh, disability percentage is, and you are going to get taken to the law in a whole new way like you have never experienced. And I was an officer in the United States Army. I served 30 years. So I know what I am talking about from experience, not from somebody just telling me. You have no right to know what Katie's military disability is, if at all. That is none of your business.
Military anything, not even just the disability part, anything about her military.
That
all you need to know is she was in the military and you
served your country.
And we know she was in the Navy. That's all you need to know.
And so all you should do is say to her, thank you. Thank you for your service. Yeah, she gets that sentence just like everybody else. Katie, thank you for your service. Mr. Proudfoot, thank you for your service. That is the only thing that should be coming out of your mouth when it comes to military service. Nothing else. Get out of that hole before you get yourself into a hole you cannot dig your way out of.
Oh, no, please keep digging. Please keep digging. Please. Dig yourself a hole you can't get out of. You already there.
Unless you have a copy of their DD 214, which you should not and would not be able to get a copy of, then you don't know shit. Again, this is you running your mouth about something someone said. Oh, my grasshopper told me, based off my grasshopper's service, that this is what should be true about them also. You don't know shit. What you need to do is go sit at a VA, a main VA hospital, and sit there and look and just watch and shut your mouth. Do not talk or question military people, because you might find out at the VA you don't have perfect people who get out, that there's nothing wrong with them. It could be a physical, it could be mental, PTSD, it could be anything. It could be anything. And you're not going to know. Some people look perfectly fine. Oh, well, I wonder, they must be here for a follow-up appointment. You don't know, and you don't need to know. You, again, are proving that you have no fucking boundaries.
Hold on, I pressed it forward again. Dang it.
I mean,
I'm
sorry, I'm not ready to go forward yet.
You're good. I pressed the wrong button.
Your father was in the military, yes?
Yeah, I think Air Force, if I remember right.
Okay. But he wasn't a 20, was he a 20-year vet? Just asking. Or did he do like one service? Okay, one term is 4 years. Then you re-enlist, and that's another 4 to 6 years.
I think he only did one.
Oh, okay. So can anybody, how about you? You're his daughter. So can you just roll up in there and get a DD form 214 or find out anything about his medical, and you're his daughter?
No, they're going to be like,
So do you need permission from your father and to be on his paperwork at the VA to even be allowed to see him if he was put in the hospital?
Yeah, and even then, if he was in the hospital, he has to like verify the paperwork and like seeing me to verify I am who I say I am.
Thank you. So you think you know everything and you don't. Stop talking about the military. Get your ass out of that hole. Leave that alone, except for telling them thank you for your service. Leave Faith the fuck alone. Leave faith out your dumbass mouth.
Claim to have from her time in the service, if that's the case, and if that's the way she collects her funds. It's pretty interesting. Disability in the military is totally very hard to get. Yeah, not. I mean, people in the military, they have. I mean, it's well documented. Just
You're an idiot again. There are so many veterans that have been fighting for 10 years, 20 years, some longer than that, to get disability. It is very difficult for military people to get disability. That is because the military does not write down everything that a person could get disability for. I wonder why. The reason for that is the military overall wants to use you up as an 18-year-old kid till you can no longer function in the military, and then either you get out of the military or you retire out of the military and you have fucked up things going on, but they don't want to pay you disability. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about again. You sit here saying that, oh yeah, if I go down there and I just say I have a disability, I'm a 30-year vet. Oh, okay. Here, sign this. We'll start paying you $2,000 a month just because you say so. Oh, let me go look in your records. You say you lost your pinky in war, but it's not written down here. So you're gonna have to prove that. It's missing off my finger, off my hand. Yeah, but how did it happen? Again, stop fucking talking about the military. You don't know fucking shit.
You're good, Robin. You just drive safe. Okay, let me keep playing her. Hold on. I'm going to try not to back it up again.
Abilities typically. Because they take care of all your medical. Their doctors see, they have a good understanding. I don't know. I've never, autonomy, I don't know, because I've never been in the military. I don't know what it is. My family retired from military or was honorably discharged. There was no disability benefits or any need to file for disability, so I would not know.
Oh my God. So not only you a perfect person, your family members that served in the military served their whole time, I guess, in the kitchen, the MOS of being a kitchen worker or in charge of the kitchen, and even those people had disabilities sometimes after they served, just so you know. Because they go to war too. When soldiers go to war, who else do you think's going to feed them? MREs aren't something you want to have every single day, or else you won't be able to take a shit like you look right now on my screen. Okay, you've made your family members perfect soldiers too. They don't have any combat experience, I guess, because they have no ailments. You know that none of them have any percentage of disability, and you're all perfect. Out of your mouth, you're a perfect person. Your family members who served in the military are perfect people. They have no issues. The DA soldiers that go have no issues. They're perfect people. And if they're on disability, well, they just get $2,000. You're an idiot. That is not how it works at all. I can tell you, I don't know one person, not one, at the VA who doesn't have some kind of problem. When you get sick, you go to a regular doctor. When veterans get sick, we go to the VA. And that appointment may not come for 2 months, a month, 3 months, and then they refer you to someone else after you finally got seen. Well, we need a follow-up. And then someone, unless they go to the ER, And veterans will tell you that the ER is overrun by people who should be having a acceptable appointment to see their doctor, and they can't wait 3 months when they're, I don't know, diabetic, on oxygen. I don't know. Think of something. Look it up. Do some fucking research on your own.
I don't think she knows how she gets all her little minions to do it. She don't know how to research shit. She's always like, oh, send it to me at blah, blah, blah. I'm not even going to repeat her email address and give her that service.
That's the dumbest fucking shit I've ever heard. That every VA person is perfect when they come out and they get $2,000 a month. You don't know shit.
But I thought that was very interesting, because you've got Katie allegedly threatening to unalive herself if they can't get Faith anymore, which is, again, crazy. She's not fighting this hard for her own son, but she sure is for Chris's daughter, right?
I think you have bad information right here. I think the subject, and this is my opinion, I think it could have gone something like, I'm talking to you, Turtle, and I say, Turtle, Squirrel. Well, I say true crime, and I get that confused.
Because I like turtles.
But yeah,
more than squirrels, but they're both equal.
Anyway, true crime with Squirrel Girl is who's on my show today. So it's like it just happens all the time with people. Like I said, I've talked to people who were wanting to commit suicide, and so unalive themselves. And they have said, I've had them talk to me and say, soldiers do this all the time. We have a huge crisis line for soldiers. For them to call and say, you know what, today I just feel like I want to, because I can't get over this, or I'm overstressed about this. I can't leave here we go, an example from Katie, right? I'm not saying Katie said this. Get it through your fucking head right now. I'm not saying Katie said this. I am pretending to be Katie. Clue, I just can't take this. My son is missing. My head has never been right since my son is gone and Faith is coming. And I'm just so emotionally, and if something happens with Chris and Nina and then Faith is not allowed to come, this is just going to be just something so wrong. I don't know if I can take this. That is me, my opinion, and what kind of conversation could have gone. Not just her. You don't know what the conversation was about. You're getting, again, secondhand conversation because you're a secondhand, second-rate bullshit content creator.
Does anybody find that weird?
Hold on,
I'm just curious. What is your thoughts if this is
I'm going to play some more of this before I speak. Hold on.
true? I don't believe that Donna Fowler Sneed. It sounds like she spoke to a few people. I don't believe her story. I think.
So she spoke to a few people or just Clue? See, that's where that's where she's you can tell she's lying about this, because she says from this email that she anonymously got that Katie supposedly spoke to Clue, but now she supposedly spoke to other people along with Clue.
I don't know if she's saying that that she just spoke to Clue, or if she's just saying that Clue talked to other people. Y'all gonna hear my dog bark in a second, so don't worry about that. See, there he goes. Every time. He's funny. He's a little guard dog, but he's a special boy. But he's good. It doesn't matter to me. I don't know even if that's true information. None of us know that. We don't know if Katie spoke the clue about how she was feeling. And I'm pretty sure if she did, I'm pretty sure it wasn't on some kind of live with other people. I'm pretty sure it was, something not taking like Betty's taking it and twisting it and pulling it all around. Betty, you do anything you can to make Katie look horrible. Anything. If she farts out her ass, you're going to find a way to turn that around and make it into some kind of criminal act that she did to Sebastian. Like Katie opened the door, allegedly, farted in the room, and Sebastian fell out his bed and on the floor and hurt himself because Katie farted in the room. I know it sounds silly, but that's the kind of shit Betty comes up with, because she says, I have it on a certain authority that this is what happened.
I think that this was a manufactured story, if you want my honest opinion. We know who ran with the story. Has anybody even heard this lady? I mean, it doesn't sound like, from everything I understand, she's a cuckoo. So people can be upset with me about that or not. It doesn't matter. I think it was a manufactured story and it came on.
Oh, this story, because she's not clarifying as fucking usual, because she,
but she's still talking about Clue, right?
No. She's talking about JLR, but in her mind, I swear she thinks she's Voldemort from Harry Potter and is he who shall not be named, because she will do everything in her power not to say this fucking man's name. I don't know why she doesn't just say he who should not be named and act like he's Voldemort, because she's talking about, because JLR the other day put up a video or a live about some post in a Facebook group that this lady did, that she knew Sebastian was alive,
that she knew where Sebastian
and
is.
she knew where he was, and that she was worried the prophets were going to move him, and blah 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 blah. And a bunch of people were commenting under it saying, call law enforcement, the usual. And that's what she's talking about, for anybody that might be confused, because, in her little segues of subjects, she doesn't say who she's talking about. She's talking about JLR.
But I don't understand, because she can say JLR any other time.
No, she always says either blah or, you know who I'm talking about, and blah, blah, blah. She always just says, y'all knew, you know who I'm talking about. I swear.
Right.
It's
but
like,
then she makes a post saying JLR doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, and then supposedly every time JLR brings up the Sebastian Rogers case, then she's going to make a post throwing out all his dirt. All because he broke up with her. And she's like,
or Magnolia.
Yeah,
that's her name, Magnolia.
Yeah, and she's butthurt. And
she's butthurt. She's worse than
she
butthurt.
had a freaking therapy session on her live the other day, saying how brokenhearted she was and how hurt and blah blah blah. And it's like, you said the quiet part out loud, Betty. This is what you say to your therapist that you desperately need. Okay?
She desperately needs a therapist. You're just mad because JLR didn't want you anymore, and JLR didn't want you anymore because you're not healthy.
I mean, you're gonna have to move on at some point, Betty.
You need professional help.
There are other fish in the sea, okay?
Well,
move
no,
on.
please fucking don't deal with the other fish in the sea. Please don't encourage her to do that.
No, she needs to stay by herself.
I mean, there's only 2 fish in the sea that she can do that to, and that's Seth, because he looks just as crazy with all his bullshit lives that she's passing on, and Tony. Okay, that's the only 2 fish. And I think Tony's married, so that might just leave Seth. I don't know.
Well, she's been to lunch with Seth twice that I know of, so I'm just saying, I don't know.
And she got paid $50.
By Tony.
I'm just leave that happen. Well, a pimp does pay. Okay, I'm going to leave that right there. I'm going to sit that right down. Please play this.
A channel that is known for manufacturing stories. And of course, it comes from a Facebook post. So, not really in it like that. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And she needs to produce some receipts. I don't believe it. I really don't. So, sorry, not sorry, but you guys can believe whatever you guys want to believe, but that just does not bode. I don't believe this latest story from this lady. Like I said, there's a lot of trolls out there. The person that ran this story on his channel is one of the biggest ones on Facebook right now. He manufactures his own stories. He posts his own stuff. He gets people to go on there and post. It's you can't trust him. You can't trust him. And now that we know that he's working for the Proudfoots and working to help the Proudfoots and causing literally running interference in a case, a criminal investigation, you guys can believe what you want to believe, but I'm telling you, it's cool. It's cool.
Okay, here we go again. She's blaming JLR for the woman being the thing.
I told you she won't say his name. He is he who shall not be named. He is Voldemort to her.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Please carry on.
Distraction. It is a distraction. In my opinion, it absolutely is a distraction. Every time we try to keep it focused on Sebastian, the Proudfoots and team do everything they can to distract everybody from Sebastian.
And team.
Oh my God. According to Betty, there's only on the entire YouTube, y'all think, get this down now. Take a note that I'm telling you this. Betty's mind is only like this. Okay? There's only Seth's side and Proudfoot's side. Okay? If you do not agree or say anything about Seth, then you're on their team. Okay? If y'all agree or say, hey, I can see this, not saying any of them are free. Not saying any of them. They're all three suspects. But if you if you just say something about the Proudfoots, then you're on the Proudfoot team. Okay? Where most of us say there's either a Proudfoot team, a Sebastian team, or Seth team. I am on Sebastian's team, period. No ifs, ands, or buts about this.
Same over here.
There are three suspects without a lot of information to prove to us who is involved. Other than, I'm sorry, in my opinion, Seth looks very, very suspicious. And so does Tony, and so do you now, Betty. That's your fault. You aligned yourself with people who are, I don't want to do PayPal, even though I made $50,000, but my sister set that up.
Yeah, everything is not in his name.
Yeah. I have a Cash App. Well, that's how you get away with getting money that people don't know about. Betty, you know the best about Cash App. Don't act like you're dumb. Everybody knows that. Nobody knows how much you make. Jeez. Now you got, we're going to go a little bit further. We're going to have a private YouTube channel showing the child from under 8. I don't even know. How old was he? I saw more pictures of dolphins and birds than I did.
Yeah, we saw more
child.
Animals. There's more animals in that slideshow thing than Sebastian, but I don't know how old he was.
Okay, well, Betty, if you're so important to Tony and Seth, why don't you turn around to Seth and say, put out pictures of your son within the last year that he was alive? Do you not have any? I mean, that should be a big question to you, Betty, yourself. Why does Seth not have any recent photos of Sebastian. If he did all these things with Sebastian, like you say, I'm just going to say we'll go better. I'll say within the last 2 years, show the pictures. Show what he's done with his son in the last 2 years. If you can, and that's the thing. I don't think you can. I think that's why he's showing the baby pictures and the toddler pictures. Because he's not a good dad. What kind of dad? I'm gonna do that at the end, I swear. Idiot.
Even saying Sebastian's name, even looking at Sebastian's photo, you have never seen these people. They, like, even throughout all their interviews, they had to be forced to say the boy's name. Sebastian Rogers, the child that disappeared from their home. And we got a Yahoo named Nick Barris that's sitting there saying that the parents aren't suspects or persons of interest. Or no, excuse me, Chris and Katie. Basically implying Seth is. I think that is horrible reporting. Horrible. He doesn't know. I'm done. I'm done with Nick Barris. I had a lot of hope.
Well, you're done with Nick Barris. Who cares if you're done with him? Because he's still a news person and he's still reporting the real news, whether you like it or not. I mean, and here you go again. How come Katie and Chris, we don't know from the LE, I haven't heard that they were cleared, and you're with Tony and Seth trying to get Vinny to say that he's cleared and give him his stuff back. Well, there's a reason that he's not getting his stuff back. And you call yourself an investigative reporter? Then why aren't you investigating common sense of why he wouldn't get, I don't know, the cell phone that he gave to Sebastian that he didn't want anybody to know about? Like, hey, don't tell your mom I got this flip phone for you. Or about all the other games, or about the computers. You know, did you ever think, now this is a weird thing, maybe, True Congress girl, maybe there's something on there that just doesn't look right. And maybe Seth wants them back so he can get rid of it.
That is true.
I'm going to get rid of the information, not that they haven't already, because it's not really a bright guy at times.
Yeah, sorry, I yawned. I'm sorry. Yeah, because he would have already had more than enough money to buy a new system by now. I mean, I don't know what he had, a PS4, PS5, but either way, you would have had enough money by now to buy another one and more games and all of that. Is my phone telling me it's going to rain? Like I don't know.
It's going to rain. It needs to
know.
rain. Right now, we got too much fire going on up in here. But that's okay. That's another thing. We're going to talk about, let's just keep playing this idiot.
I gave him props, saying that he's basically the spokesperson, and I was relying on his, but now he's lost my faith in him because he's saying things that we know are absolutely categorically untrue. And it is literally frustrating to hear now a news reporter getting on the bandwagon with the BS. I'd like Nick to produce the receipts. Produce the receipts, Nick. Show me that they have been cleared. For the love of God, that's all we've been asking for months. And you want to come in there and say, oh, they're not the suspects. Well, who the F is? Right? This boy was sheltered. He disappeared from a locked home with only his mother, and there's no evidence of him walking out of the house. So, Nick Barris, I'm sorry. If you don't want to use common sense, I'm going to still make my audience use it. Did anyone find out if the sister works for the sheriff? Everybody keeps saying she does. But even if
oh, here we are. Everybody else makes sense, but whatever. You keep wanting, you, Seth, and Tony just want Seth to be cleared. He's not going to be cleared, dumb.
The only reason they want
idiot.
The only reason they want him to be cleared is so that gosh darn it, I forget the man's name, but the man that does the cold case foundation stuff.
Yeah.
They want him to come in, but it's not a cold case. It's not a cold case.
You know who thinks like that? Idiot.
Well, maybe they want him to come in because Seth already said on Nancy's show that he believes that Katie over.
Oh, hold on.
Oh yeah, you got.
Hold
yeah,
on.
you got that in there.
Let's not just say what he thinks, because he straight up told he said this right here. This ain't guessing.
The following are paraphrased questions and responses from Seth after a polygraph was conducted. What is your theory of what happened to your son, Sebastian? What did Seth say?
He explained to me that Sebastian was routinely taking a sleep aid, and he believes that Sebastian probably wouldn't go to sleep. So his mom, Katie, overdosed him and caused his death. That's what he told me.
But now, that's what he told him.
I feel like that's why he's like trying to get cleared and like wanting the cold case foundation to come in, because like he thinks that Sebastian's not here anymore.
But then what is he looking for?
I feel like he's doing it kind of for show, or like to make money or something. And I hate to say that.
Individual.
Like I hate to say that because it's so like wrong. But if you said this to the polygraph person on Nancy Gracer's thing, and he was repeating what you said, and I don't think the man has any reason to lie about what you said. So
okay, let me get this straight. He tells the polygraph guy this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he has a cash thing to collect money. He doesn't really like to participate in.
And he has his YouTube channel, members only, to give updates. So you're making people pay you on your channel to become a member in order to hear anything about this case. If that's not grifting, I don't know what the hell is.
Everything he does, whether it be the GoFundMe, whether it be the Cash App, whether it be anything, when it comes to anything to do with money, because of what he said to the lie detector guy saying he thinks his son is unalive, then he is gaining money off his son.
Mm-hmm.
So what the fuck are you doing out there in a boat?
And I haven't
it's
seen
Tony's
no searches.
boat. I think y'all are out there fishing, okay? I don't believe any of the shit y'all say on Betty. Betty, I ain't seen you look nowhere.
And no one's seen any of these supposed searches.
Yet nobody has seen the search that you and Tony are doing in secret. Betty, you ain't searched at all. You just rolling up and down the road stalking people. And then you'll have the nerve to talk about Katie and Chris. Well, I got news for you. In my opinion, do not think it would be a good idea for Katie or Chris to be out there searching and walk upon Sebastian's body in any way, shape, or form.
No.
That's just not smart. And you think that it's okay for Seth to be out there doing that. You encouraged him to do this. Well, guess what? Are you going to be there if he finds his son? If he finds his son, are you going to be able to hold that man back from touching? Or is it that he knows he's not out there? Either one or two things when it comes to Seth. Either he knows he's not out there because he believes what the polygraph guy said.
Yeah, what he told the polygrapher.
Or number two, he has something to do with it. Now, normally I have sat dead center. Not on one side or what I believe is the other side. But the more information I find, the more information y'all put out there that's just blatantly obvious, my attention is leaning towards Seth has done something, or maybe he still has him. How's his mom and dad doing in Texas, by the way, in the RV that they came down? I'm just wondering. I'm going to sit that down right there, too.
It doesn't matter because we know. Sorry, guys, I'm still under the weather. It doesn't matter because all of it, their family has different people in different organizations, law enforcement organizations, even Homeland Security. I mean, there is something seriously going on here, and I don't know what it is and why Eric Craddock is so scared of even. I mean, I have to think that the only reason why he cannot think about it, Moscow, Idaho, could no longer comment on the case with the Idaho 4 once they had they started zeroing in on the suspect. Remember, at this time nobody knew about it. They were giving us, press conferences.
I remember you and Olivia had no clue about it. I remember that you didn't know what the fuck was going on. That you got side slapped too. And there's a lot of people think that the real person is the guy that was in the military that committed suicide. And there's a lot of things going on with the Koberger case since you brought it up that just doesn't match up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, stick to the case.
And press releases daily about the status of the case, basically they just gave us, updates like of how many leads and stuff like that, just keeping everybody occupied. And I thought that was really a smart strategy. But Sumner County, the sheriff there, they basically don't give a crap about their citizens. They don't care to answer to their citizens because, again, Eric Craddock has nobody running against him. I guarantee if he had somebody running against him, his tune would be a lot different.
Maybe he doesn't have anybody running against him because they all really like the man, and so they want him to be in that position. Did you ever think of that, Betty? No, you didn't.
Well, it's just like, let me go back to John F. Kennedy. Here's the president, okay? And when the president died, the vice president, Lyndon B. Johnson, in case y'all don't know, took over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's how it works. Sheriff dies, second in command takes over. In the military, next in command takes over. Next in command takes over if that one's shot. You could literally be leaded by a private at some point if it's a really bad situation, okay? But that's how, military people are trained to say, I got this, right? And no, there's not all the people in the military are killers. It's just like civilian world. We have dentists, we have cooks, we have paralegals, we have haircutting people, we have people who are specialized, that those particular people wanted to go and be specialized. We have truck drivers, every occupation you can think of. We have pilots, radar people you can think of is in the military. That's why when you come out the military, you're pretty much, if you follow the same job, but in the civilian world. And no, you don't automatically get the job just because you did that in the military, but you could get some experience credit, I guess you could say. But so if the people in Sumner County have no problem with Craddock because they like the man and his done a good job, and no one wants to oppose him at this point, maybe someone will come in down the road, and maybe they won't. It's their city.
Yeah,
it's not yours.
That's my thing is, Betty, you don't even live in Tennessee. You live in Florida, so why do you even give a shit? Like,
I mean, Grady in Florida, he's got enough shit to deal with. And I don't know why you don't carry. Why don't you cover more cases in your backyard? Because Lord knows there's a lot of them. And Grady's a great sheriff. Is he a sheriff? I think he is. But you're over here sticking your big ass Pinocchio nose into this police department, saying they're not a good police department. But yet everybody in the town basically is saying they love this guy. That whole town is a way you don't know. Just like, you know, if you go to New Orleans Mardi Gras, how the city handles whatever is run in a way that people in Florida having a hurricane parade don't comprehend. People in Tennessee, however, they like it. They don't like people posting shit on their trees. They don't like people posting shit on their wood telephone poles. They like their clean, nice environment. Are there a lot of missing and a lot of crime? Yes, there is. But isn't there in every state?
But he's basically already won the sheriff's position, which is disgusting to me. How can Hendersonville and Sumner County allow this to happen? I don't know. I really don't. For nobody to have a backbone in the sheriff's department should show you everything right there that you need to know about that whole entire system, that just sheriff's office, when not one person will go against Eric Craddock. And the only reason why he was going against Sonny is because Sonny was retiring. So it sounds to me like they go ahead and pick their people behind the scenes and just put them in the office. It's kind of like what the Democrat Party just did with Kamala Harris. You know, not one sheriff in that whole county has a backbone to go against the most powerful Eric Craddock. Not one person. Not one person in that sheriff's department believes in law and order. Not one person. That is just, it's horse manure. It really is. It's horse manure. If that was going on in my community, I'd be upset because every year we have somebody that goes against.
I know. In my community, everything is about you, you narcissistic idiot.
It's our sheriff. Our sheriff always wins. You know, Rick Wells, he's a likable guy. He's got name recognition. We knew his dad ran the sheriff's office for 20 years before he did.
Now, you just said it's the good old boy program in Tennessee where they have somebody set up behind somebody set up. If something happens to somebody, this person just takes over unopposed. But that was wrong in Tennessee. I think I just heard you say that. And yet, 5 seconds later, in Florida here, we have this guy that's been in charge for 20 years, and somebody died, and the next person that we've known for 15 years took over, but we knew the guy.
Right.
Wow. Idiot.
So it's like, we know who we're voting for. We know we keep voting the same stuff over and over again. I mean, that's our choice, but there's always somebody that runs against them. Here in Sumner County, you got no one. No one. Exactly, Chaos. There's got to be somebody in that sheriff's office that's pompous enough that says, hey, I can run this organization better. What?
Oh, hold on. I pressed the button. Hold
Not
on.
one.
Okay, there we go.
I think you should go, Betty. I think you should go and run against the sheriff. You're the perfect candidate. You've already bought your drink, so you've established residency. You can go rent you a B&B. That gets you more residency. You should take your gun with you because there's I don't know. You can carry a something. I don't even care.
Reciprocity.
Reciprocity. So, I think that you should go run against Craddock. 100%. You're the man for the job. I'm just saying.
Oh, let me just keep playing this crazy lady.
One person? That's just sad. You guys got no choice in your law enforcement. What? Whatever. You know what? This is what I gotta say. People that allow this to go on and continue to vote this crap in office, they deserve what they get. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Don't sit there and complain whenever you hate what's going on in your community, but you fail to stand up or speak up or do anything about it. You just expect everybody else to do. Like, I'm from Florida fighting for the people in Sumner County, Tennessee, but they won't even stand up and fight for themselves. It's just,
they're not asking you.
Right? Then nobody asks you to stick your nose in Tennessee or anywhere.
They're not asking you to come up there and change their laws. Your narcissistic ass thinks that you need to, I know I can do better than this. I can change their laws and make their world a better place, make their city a better place. Their own citizens are talking about you when you leave town, but not in a good way.
At all.
At all. It's like the roller derby came to town named Bullshit Betty, caused all kind of ruckus, and then runs away because you're, just an invader. You don't have that good American spirit in you. No, you don't. Because good Americans, we don't fucking run.
what do you do? I don't know. Remember, I got those 42 arrests. I have double-digit arrests. Don't believe that. I do, but 42. These people are idiots.
Oh yeah. So you're worried about the number, huh? I'm gonna make something funny about you. I don't have 42 arrests. I might have 30. I might have 41, but I don't have 42.
It shouldn't matter. It should matter that you have it at all.
No, it doesn't matter. People normal, they have, stuff, right? But it's the ones she has. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, like i.e. strangulation.
Yeah,
that's one.
That's one of them.
You have
more than one of them.
Well, no, I think there's just one strangulation, but I'm not sure. But who cares? It's on there. Strangulation, multiple domestic violences. I mean, you really hate men, don't you?
Pretty sure one of them was a DUI.
Yeah, because she had the car thing. She had to blow in her car. And I think she's got a lot of DUIs. Maybe some time back, whatever. They're on your record. You have them, claim them, whatever. You have stuff on your record too. And the two that just stick out to me, I'll just take 2 out of your 41. How about that? Or 30. I'll take 2 out of 10. Strangulation and domestic violence. And you somehow are going to blame, that on the men. Like, remember you said there was one time JLR grabbed your arm. Did he grab your arm, or did he just touch your arm in a way to lead you some way? And you said, "Don't put your hands on me. I'm not like that." But you stayed with him. So I don't think it was an aggressive type of grabbing you, an act. You stayed with him for 2 years. I wouldn't have told nobody either if I was with you. First of all, I wouldn't have been with you because I'm not crack corn crazy. I applaud JLR for making it 2 years with your fucked up ass.
Clue must have heard what Betty said. She's coming on now.
But well, I can't worry about Clue right now because she has just.
I just can't.
Clue's going to defend herself for what she should defend herself for her saying what she said. But anyway, let us go further on this one.
Can't even if you look at it, it's got tickets on there. It's got my dog. I think I got a ticket for a dog one time, my dog being loose or something like that. They counted all of those as arrests for Bullhorn Betty because these idiots that.
You got arrested for your dog being loose, but your neighbors didn't. I mean, when your neighbor's 2 Rottweilers ran across and attacked Delilah and you, they didn't go to jail for that? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so mistaken. Your dog, rather you, got a visit from a Pomeranian Chihuahua. I think that's right.
Yeah, it was like some kind of Pomeranian Chihuahua mix or some shit.
What more people would call
Ankle biter.
an ankle biter.
Yeah.
Didn't see your injuries. I don't believe them. You could have got your bruise on your leg from kneeling down on the ground.
Oh, she said she fell down, and that's what the scrape on her knee or her
Yeah,
leg.
but I don't
whatever.
believe her. That's just it. You
Supposedly.
can't even believe her about a simple thing. What I do know is one of them got hit, whether it was Delilah or I don't think you hit the other dogs at all. I think you probably stepped on Delilah, and that was her screaming.
Or when she fell, she might have had Delilah in her arms and fucking fell on Delilah.
I believe that was Delilah screaming.
It
and
was.
then you're such a great parent. You call yourself a parent of Delilah. That's your kid. Well, let's go through that day. You did something to Delilah. You didn't defend her life, and I can show how much you just don't care about Delilah because you must have got wind something was happening. Maybe one of your Tennessee
People.
mascots or whatever called you and said, hey, I got wind of this, because then you said, I got to take Delilah over to my mom's so her PTSD, she can work that out. Oh my gosh, when you showed her she was sleeping. You're an idiot. Okay, so you leave and you go to your mom's, and then the next thing you know, you're on some mystery tour and you pop up in a hotel somewhere we all can see the back of the decor, and we all are like, yeah. And then you bring up some Ellie sort of kind of stuff, yeah. Except the rest of us already heard that Ellie was looking for you first. So, sorry, you walked into that dumbass lie. And then you went into evading Ellie. And you abandoned Delilah.
For at least a week.
The hell a week? She just got back.
No, I know she was gone for at least a week or over a week.
She was gone over a week. I mean, I had done made this wanted poster for Delilah, but it sounds like Delilah, was in a good place because your mom fed her. In fact, when you showed her on screen the other day, she looked healthier, and her playing with the cat was funny. You don't deserve Delilah. You should just give Delilah to your mom, because she's a better pet owner than you. She fed Delilah better. She got, Delilah was having a great time. And with you, we see Delilah on the bed. She can't go anywhere, or you're outside, go poop and come back in, or she's barely moving around your house. You play with her 2 inches. And at your mom, she's running all over the place. Maybe you need to clean your house. Because every time I see it in the background, it's cluttery. Clean your shit.
About the law that try to tell you everything you need to know about the law as true, right? Nothing they've said so far has panned out for them, but yet you guys keep going back and listening to their nonsense. It's like the blind leading the blind again. I got no whatever. People want to be ignorant, go be ignorant. You want to be told what to think, go be told what to think. Okay, I got nothing for you. I really do. Don't. Hey, Mike, it's nice to see you, Big Mac Mike. Pebbles, it's nice to see you. So that's really, I don't really have a whole lot, but I just thought that was interesting. Why is Katie allowed to say she wants to unalive herself because she can't see Faith, and nobody bothers calling in help for her? What happens if tomorrow she decides to whack herself? Illuminati's at fault. I just want to put.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I just said. Because you can never. Why would you say that? Why would you even say that?
You can't say that. That's like saying if in the military, well, I don't want to say in the military. That's like saying if somebody I knew and they're a stranger to me, right? And they are trying to jump off a bridge to unalive themselves, and I'm trying to talk them out of it and say anything I got to. And if they jump, that's my fault? What the fuck? You are an evil, fucked up woman.
Oh, it gets worse.
But wait a minute, I'm sorry, I used the wrong word. You're not a woman because you have no compassion. You have no female intelligence. You have, oh my God, you're idiot.
That out there. She knew about this and she failed to report it. She knew about it and she failed to report it.
Where's your proof, Betty?
Where is the proof that this lady? I
haven't seen proof of this. Unless I hear Clue say it here in a little bit when I listen to her. I have no proof as of right now of that this happened at all.
What is she asking for proof? You want a picture of a dead body? Is that what you want?
Who, me?
No, her.
Oh, okay. No, I was talking about the Facebook.
Bullshit,
whatever.
Betty.
Is
what you're saying is you want Clue to send you a picture of an unalive girl's body? That will be a receipt for you? You are an idiot.
I don't know why Betty can't just redact the email if she needs to and
I think Clue should sue the fuck out of you now.
Ricky Dawn.
Oh shit, I missed earlier when she actually said Clue's name. I missed it, but that was some perfect unpausing timing by me.
Wow.
What the?
I never knew her real name till right now.
I don't know if that's really her last name.
Oh.
But if it is, I know her first name's Ricky because she said it herself.
Okay.
Clue did. But I don't know if she's just using a different last name or if that's really her last name. But we're gonna go with that might be her name.
But it's not my business, though.
Exactly.
I don't care what
exactly.
Clue's last name. I don't care what her first name is. She's on YouTube. Her name is Clue.
Exactly. It shouldn't be name-to-name basis. It should be Clue. If they want to tell you their name, okay. But, just like Granny's watching says she'll go by whatever you want to call her as long as it's nice. Granny, Jess, what the fuck ever. She don't care. But some people do care. Some people want to keep their life fucking private and just be whatever they are on YouTube. Just like she says she's Bullhorn Betty or whatever. But she talks about herself in the third person, so I guess
Wait, but hold on, though. Her name's not Betty. It's
Andrea.
Okay.
Griffin. Hey, she put it out there. I'm not doxing nobody, just to clarify. I'm not doxing nobody. Her name is already out there. She's already said it a bajillion times.
And what was it?
Andrea Griffin.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't even know your real name because I could care a fucking less. But Bullhorn Betty is an idiot, a shithead, a steaming pile of cow dung. I mean, and Clue, well, it's just like you having yourself called Bullhorn Betty. I'm not going to go and call her by her name like I know her. I don't know her. You've made yourself well known. There's nothing good to say about you. I mean, you finally, the thing you made today, there's nothing good to say about you. You're a bad pet owner. you're a bad, well, you're not friends with anybody. You're a bad friend. Olivia don't hang around you no more. Molly and all them don't holler around you. I mean, not no, but when all the thing that happened in front of the Landry house, you know, that and you're not even the same person you were at the Landry with Brian Landry and Gabby Petito, and your dumbass tried to aid in bringing Petito's dad on there to get a shout out. You have lost any ethic you ever had in you. Betty, this case has made you lose it all. You have no ethics. You have no boundaries. You have no respect. And your subscribers, any person that's in your subscribers that is a military person should bail their ass out of your subscriber list. And if they don't, then they're an enemy within this country because we don't break our oath. And you don't need to know what our oath is. We have one oath when we enter. If somebody goes to special forces, they have another oath to take. In any other thing they take in, there's an oath upon an oath upon an oath. And you don't need to know what all oaths a military person has taken. But if there are people like this that are in the military, were in the military, got kicked out, whatever, you all took an oath, no matter what your status is. Get the fuck out of Bullhorn Betty, anti-American ass chat. Get the fuck out of it. Just because she wears a red, white, and blue shirt and is a part of the Joes doesn't make her a very good citizen. Not when you're supposed to be on a case with a child that doesn't compare to any other child. I don't know if you have mentally just fell off your rocker, but I have to tell my military buddies, my Ranger buddies, and it doesn't really, if it's my Ranger buddy from the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, or the Marines. Ranger buddies, get up, get out. You are violating your oath. If you are in Betty Bullhorn chat or a subscriber going along with this, for the love of all that is holy, for the love of our country, for the love of the freedom for everybody we protect, we don't get a feeling. We're not allowed to like or dislike. We are here for the freedom of all, not just certain people. As soldiers of the Army, Navy, the Air Force, Marines, that is our oath. We don't get a choice of like or dislike. We keep our oath.
You should have reported it. Just saying. You should have reported it. Okay, let's. Isn't it funny that people literally wait 5 days to say one little liner and then they're out for 5 days? Like they think I'm delusional. Like you are the most delusional people I've ever heard of in my life. You guys have some emotional problems. This is when you see that go on, you know that the people that do that have mental health issues. I bet you, Cheryl, how many pills do you take daily? You won't be able to respond because we blocked you because you can't control yourself. I would never watch anybody that I could not stand. As a matter of fact, I don't watch anybody on YouTube, to be honest with you. I'm too busy working. Here lately, I've been too busy nursing being sick. But can you imagine me literally frustrating my entire day to watch somebody I did? Like, that is some mental health stuff. And the worst part about this mental health stuff is they don't realize how mentally unhealthy they are. I bet you sure.
Yep. You don't realize how mentally unhealthy you are.
She sure don't. She sure don't.
It's not even getting sleep at night. So disgruntled. So disgruntled. Angry. Do you beat your children, Cheryl?
When I heard her say that earlier, y'all, I paused it because I was like, we have to do this live, because I was like, I cannot believe that those words actually just came out of her fucking mouth.
But this is the road I was talking about earlier. Even people that subscribe to her, stop, y'all. If she doesn't want to use her brain, if you're a subscriber to her, get the fuck out if you have a brain. If you're okay with someone saying that, oh, if you waited 5 days to get in here and you just happen to say that, something against her. Well, if you have children, I feel sorry for them because they're not healthy, that you're a bad parent. She knows nothing about these people. I've heard her say bad shit to her fucking subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a subscriber of her, get the fuck out. If you're a military person or have military people in your family, get the fuck out. I'm not saying you have to go to one side or another side. Go to Sebastian's side. And Sebastian's side means you comment on it all, but you don't sell your soul to a lady who locks y'all behind a wall. That locks y'all behind a wall so that you're hidden from what other people are thinking. See, they have a wall in Gaza so they can control people. They have a wall in North and South Korea that people can be controlled. There was a wall in Germany so they can separate people and control them. Get the fuck behind the wall. Take yourself out.
Asking for a few friends. Is that how you take your anger out? I'd like to know. Because you got a lot of pent up problems. So KP said that this is what the email said. Let me go back to it. I'll read it to you. Where is it? Here it is. It says, apparently after you started talking about how dangerous their houses were because of the restraining order, and you hope that Nina used it to her benefit to stop Faith from going to the Proudfoots, Katie lost her mind and got hysterical. Called Clue, threatening to unalive herself if they lost Faith. Funny how we never had that emotional leaks after Sebastian evaporated. So I don't know if it sounds like it became public.
So, in case anybody didn't get that earlier in the live, you made sure to repeat it again at the end of this live.
Oh, we
ain't near the end.
No, we're only halfway. We're only 20 minutes in of a 41-minute live.
Oh, my stars. Let the vomit begin. Leave Faith. Never mind, I can't even say it anymore. Faith, for you that are listening, Faith should not be drugged into this, and neither should Nina. That is between Chris Proudfoot and Nina. That is another child that doesn't deserve to be battered by bullshit bullhorn. That child doesn't deserve for everything about her, her name, her mother, to be dragged through the mud of YouTube. She has nothing to do with Sebastian's case. She's an innocent child.
To brag about it on her channel or try to use it as a way to condemn me, whatever. But she failed to call for mental health evaluation of Katie Proudfoot. If Katie Proudfoot's threatening to unalive herself, somebody needs to be involved because she's got a missing son, and we believe she's involved. And the last thing I want is this lady not to be held accountable if the case, starts taking a turn in that direction.
Not that you care about Katie as a human being. No, you just want, her to get caught for something she may or may not have even done.
It's a rumor. Idiot. She entices hate in people. She entices lies. She entices stalkers.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Follow her around, see if you can find her within that. And if you haven't, let me know. If you were in the military and you know how much disability a person gets, send it to me. Everything is sent to you because you're a lazy ass person who can't do their own work.
This is a very serious and significant situation that must be addressed. So if you guys heard that on Illuminati, send that to me so I can turn it over to law enforcement, because we need to have definitely a mental health evaluation or check on Katie if true, because we don't want her, unaliving herself before we get to the ending of this case. You know what I'm saying? And that's always my biggest concern. Well, my biggest concern is that that they take somebody else out. They take somebody else out on their way out. So I think it's a little, a little weird that nobody called this in. But I can say, oh my gosh, these people are trying to make me freak out, and then I got the SWAT team at my house, right, from these same animals. But they can't do that to help one of their own. It seems a little sick in the head. These people have no shame. They're criminals. Every last one of them are criminals. Criminals helping criminals. So she was more concerned about not seeing Faith than finding her. Yes, Bonnie. Yes, that's what.
The only criminal you just fucking crack me up. You regurgitate the same shit over and over and over again. This is a bullshit ready script. Just like Seth has a script that he repeats before Tony takes over, you have this same script that you repeat over until somebody in your live says hell, I'm not even sure you aren't saying it to yourself. Like you say JLR does, that he sends himself a comment to go all active about. You're an idiot.
Hearing. This lady she spent more time, not only that, but this other lady, where is it? Let me find it. I saw it. Was it in my group? I don't know what group it was in. I think it might have been in my group. Yeah, here it is. People that went to the court hearing now have white trucks going by their house. Driving by their house, coming.
But that's funny, because I thought you said nobody went to the hearing. You said there wasn't even a hearing.
That's what I heard. Something about
She said they didn't have a hearing.
Something about the police or the sheriff, one of the two, represented Katie, and I guess I don't know if there was.
No, that wasn't said by her.
Oh, well, I heard that somewhere.
That was not said by bullshit Betty.
Okay, well, I heard it somewhere. I thought it was Betty, but probably not. But that the sheriff or a policeman or somebody represented Katie, and then the thing got reinstated. But I don't know if there was an actual hearing. You know what I mean?
Right. There was someone that went.
Right.
No, it was not Clue. That's just, I don't want her to say, Nasir said, Nasir, by the way, that is how you say my fucking name, you idiot. It's Nasir. It's just like it's spelled.
Just like it's spelled.
Anyway, someone did go, and that's how they know that no one showed up. So the TRO got extended, and you knew that too, because that's what made it real to you to get a lawyer. So you say. I don't believe that shit neither. Yeah.
A complete stop in front of their house, stalking them. So after I went to court the other day, this truck came by my house. My spidey senses went through the roof so much that I not only recorded it on my phone, but got my neighbor's Ring doorbell recordings to verify. It came nearly to a complete stop in front of my driveway until I came around the corner of the front porch and started recording. So the Proudfoots and their clan can stop people that are trying to find answers for this boy, including me, right? I'm getting close. I'm the one doing a lot of legwork here. I'm trying to produce some leads to turn over to law enforcement, which people have been sending. I've been sending them over, right? And every time we do anything, they have time to stalk and harass anybody and everybody coming to help when they've asked over and over again, please keep his name out there. Please post flyers. Please do this. We got, how many times? We got him saying that 15 times on record or more. And every time somebody does, they start harassing them and intimidating them. So they can harass and intimidate people, but they can't go find their son. And
who had they harassed that was looking for their son? I'll wait.
They'll be waiting forever.
Crickets. Yeah. Who? But who has the Proudfoots threatened for looking for their son? Who?
Her.
Well, they haven't threatened her.
Oh, no, I got that backwards. She threatened them.
No, I'm asking a simple question. Who did the Proudfoots, since that's what she's saying, threaten because they were looking for Katie's son?
No one.
Okay, now, who on Seth's side has been threatened for looking for Sebastian? Oh, I'm sorry. How about the 8 or whatever the number 1 cease and desist letters? How about the secret looking for him? How about the, I don't know, all the things that Seth and you and Tony do behind everybody's back? Yeah. I'm going to go with that right there instead of what you just said.
And Nick Barris wants me to believe that they're not suspects in the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers? Well, only an idiot thinks that. I'm not going to say much about Nick Barris, but only an idiot thinks that. Just an idiot.
Right. Idiot. That's you.
Just an idiot with no common sense. Just an idiot with no common sense. He doesn't want to lay blame, but he surely doesn't want to do investigative journalism either.
You are an idiot with no common sense. And you're calling this news reporter that is paid by a real company who has ethics and boundaries and real rules that have to be, followed in order to give the truth of what they hear and put out. It's an idiot. No, that's not being an idiot. That's being a responsible adult. Something you are not.
He just wants to be the word salad man. More like the toss your salad man. Just saying. Just saying. You guys know, even when I try to give credit where credit's due in some of these cases where I have to deal with mainstream media, and I love mainstream media, the people that actually get out there and do their job well, right? That don't mind stepping on toes, that don't mind doing investigative reporting. That means investigate the investigators. But Nick Barris, he's too busy with his tail between his legs. Too busy with his tail.
Why are you worried about Nick Barris is what's between his legs? See, Seth done rubbed off on you too much when you went to lunch with him.
Twice.
Twice, I'm sorry. And apparently Tony with the peen screen. Okay? Why are you worried about Nick's between?
Because she got issues.
Between his legs. And he could say I'm an armchair detective all day long. I can promise you I'm not. I've traveled all over this country. I'm not even going to sit here and go through my credentialing when it comes to this. Never mind the legal.
Oh Lord, the one time
Credentialing.
that she's not going to be a narcissist and tell us the credentialing of the made up mind of her.
So is it like one credential per personality?
Well, no, because she's got more than 7 credentials. I mean, I want to know, does her ID thing just like fall out when she like
like those old, like those old, what are those called? Those old wallets, and then they'd open it and the photo thing would just go boom.
Yeah, because she has to have a picture for all the personalities. The media director, the meteorologist, the news investigator, the drafter, the paralegal who does all the work of a lawyer but gets $13 or so.
Yeah, she's got one of them old wallets that you open up in the movies, and you open it up and all the photos that are folded in the things just go down in a line and it's hanging from the wallet. I don't know I'm gonna have to look those up and see what those are called.
She has one, I'm sure of it.
Ready?
Oh God, I'm not ready, but go ahead. Who can be ready?
The fact that I've ran investigations for law firms, we won't go through any of that. Okay? And I just want to know what his expertise on criminal investigations are in Sumner County, or if he has any worldly experience, any other type of idea of how good policing is done, because I've seen good policing and I've seen bad policing. And quite frankly, Eric Craddock in my book gets a D. I'm not giving him an F, but he gets a D. He gets a D. Okay? He basically told his whole community to go F off. Leave him alone.
I heard a thought and I'm going to keep it to myself.
No, you can't now. You can't say that and then just say.
She mad because she don't get no D.
She mad because she don't get no D? That's because she stopped going to Chili's. Give me my baby back, baby back.
She misses the Chili's back parking lot.
I can't help her. I mean,
Can't.
Please go forward.
No, I can't.
Official. Any elected official that treats the public like that doesn't deserve their job. I'm sorry, they just don't. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I just heard it through the grapevine.
Any elected official should not have to deal with you.
No, they should run the other way.
No, I mean, I don't care if it's a meter maid or, the governor, they should not have to deal with you. And that's just funny to me, because do you remember when she interviewed, who did she interview when she put on her?
Oh, when she had Seth and Tony on her channel, and she looked like she was going out on a date, because every other time you see her, literally every live, she looked like she just woke the fuck up.
Because she don't get out the bed.
No, she streams from her bed.
Okay, so on that, when she did the interview with Tony And because they pass messages back and forth like they think we're idiots. We can see the screen, by the way, out of Seth's glasses. If you wear glasses, there you'd know this. There's a reflection. Plus, y'all all do something on your text, one right behind the other. Idiots.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we couldn't be as big of idiots out here in YouTube if we tried to. Just make you a shirt, Betty, that says idiot.
You should tell people about the little three dots at the top right of YouTube. You can like these lives. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that. Mine's at the bottom. I've watched you for a couple of years now. Yes, BHB is definitely good at what she does. I back her 100%. Oh, thank you, Miss Tiffany. DNA. This case is shocking. It truly is. He even stated he would not let the public know if there was a break in the case. He's a piece of shit. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Anybody that does that is
Well, I mean, shit should know shit, right?
She's mad because they're keeping everything close to their vest, but
She's mad because she's a fucking piece of shit who throws temper tantrums. I didn't get my way.
Because, I mean, she doesn't think about if they're keeping shit close to their vest, they might know some things that they don't want to let out yet.
There's a reason they stopped talking to Seth.
Yeah, because he can't shut up.
Well, if they think he's involved,
right,
they're not going to tell Tony. They're not going to tell Seth. No. And they're not going to tell your dumbass, Betty. Bullshit, Betty. Idiot.
For his friends, okay? He has to know that Chris and Katie stink to high heaven. And I just want to know why he's allowing these horrible people to do these things. And he doesn't care about making it public. I mean, what is the whole purpose of the criminal justice system other than public? Public condemnation for their actions. And he wants to sweep it under the rug. What is it? Eric, you know what you could do? You could just say, there's nothing to look over here, and just put it in the filing cabinet where you want to put it. And let this boy's face just sully away. You could do that, Eric. Doesn't seem like you give a shit about this kid. Just saying. You could just do that, right? Take us all out of our misery. Just go ahead and throw it on into that filing cabinet where you want to throw it. Pat your boy Chris Proudfoot on his back and say, don't worry, we got you, pal. We got you, pal.
And you know the sad part about this that I don't think people think about is the information that's out there, and the only information that's out there is how he looked when this happened. Mm-hmm. And I was saying the other day to somebody that what if they shaved his head, right? What if his beard has started coming in, or mustache? Because everybody wants to keep looking at him like he's a little kid.
Well,
right?
That's all Tony. That's all. I mean, not Tony. That's all Seth is showing.
That is what Seth is portraying him as, showing the little baby films. That's what Betty Bebop shithead is doing. Tony don't say nothing really. He does that same thing because he looks high as hell while he's sitting in that chair. I would get rid of that deadbeat first. No, I'd get rid of Betty first. Betty is making Seth and Tony look bad, and I didn't think they could look any worse, but I was wrong. You're not being an investigator, because I guarantee you, anybody out there who thinks Sebastian looks like he does on that picture thing isn't paying attention, okay? Because they could have shaved his head and he'd walk right by you and you wouldn't know. You know why? Because you're looking for the kid with a head full of hair with a cowlick in the front. Mm-hmm. You're not looking at his glasses. You're not looking at his build. You're not looking at what he's buying in the convenience store, if that's where you saw it. But that's your fault. I put out a whole thing, a list of what he likes and what he doesn't like. If you want that, then email my senior mod and they will get a copy to you. Okay? It has every like that he likes, food wise or anything like that. You need to try to start looking at other things in addition to how he looks. He is a high functioning autistic boy, young man.
Mm-hmm.
He can function out in the world. I mean, isn't that what Seth was trying to make him do? Eat off of microwave food and be at home alone by himself all the time? We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Al, good morning. It's nice to see everybody. Oh, River's up in the house. It's nice to see you, love. It's nice to see you. Yeah, we're on a little bit of a tangent today because you know what? We're finding out that there are somebody from the Sumner County that's in it with the Proudfoots, and now that I know that, I don't know who it is, but we know we've already got wind of it. We need to find out who's in with the Proudfoots. Is it his family? And what are they telling him? Are they leaking confidential case information to them? And Bobby Simmons, who's he? Is he the one helping him? We've heard Bobby Simmons. We heard that he's a friend.
Just like the idiot that you are, that is old ass information. It's been run through the YouTube mill already 2 or 3 times, and anyone that was found connected to them is not allowed anywhere near the case. So this information has been out there since the very first search.
Mm-hmm.
The very day that Sebastian went missing. But here you go, regurgitating it up, trying to make it look like it's a new thing, like it just got found out. No, you're a day late, $1 short, period. But of course, you got to take care of those new subs and the old subs who have memory problems about what you regurgitate every day. Oh my God.
We've heard Chris say that when Bobby Simmons started working with Seth again, he said he was going to shut that down. How does Chris Proudfoot have enough power to shut a detective down from communicating with a biological father? And we got him on record. Bobby, have you been communicating with Seth, or did Chris shut you up? Makes you wonder, are these really law enforcement officers, or are they puppets? I'm curious. Maybe Nick Barris, the investigator.
I would not tell Seth anything either. Everything that has been told to Seth, he put it out in the street.
Right after he heard it.
Right after he heard it. So God forbid them trying to keep information from getting to, I don't know, the person, if he is alive. And I hope that he is, and I believe that he is. Maybe they don't want him to know. At the time, they feared Seth, because he can't keep his big ass fucking mouth shut, from harming the case.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, but I can't even say that because Seth, from the interrogation, doesn't believe that Sebastian is alive. So you all three are a bunch of grifting pieces of shit. I don't think you believe he's alive either. I think you're a grifting bitch off his kid's name also.
The reporter needs to be asking these questions, but I don't know if we're going to ever get that out of him. Again, he's got his tail between his legs. Just saying. I am not one that's going to be shutting up about this case. We have a lot of cases that we're covering. This one's taking the cake right now. We need to, what I would like to do though, is I would like to bring another case back to light in part because it also is in Tennessee. It's another case that we have dived deeply in, and it's a case that we have not received any results. There's also the Summer Wells case, which we're dealing with the same type of.
Hold on, I want to tap this a little more. Let it play, but
in the summer.
We're skating forward a little bit. I don't want to hear her talk about
law enforcement to come out here. They have kept it as an accidental. Makes sense.
I don't want to hear. Sorry.
You're good.
Technical difficulties. I don't want to hear her talk about Summer Wells. She does this all the time. She takes. If she's supposed to be talking, she talked about the Murdaugh case yesterday or last night, and I listened for a few seconds because I wanted to see if she could make it through that case without fucking bringing up Sebastian. And no, she couldn't. The whole Murdaugh thing got dropped in there. She went on with Sebastian and all this bullshit she keeps repeating. So
these things not making sense. And you know what I'm more sick of is law enforcement not stopping and saying, wait, this doesn't make sense. Like you need an act of Congress to get these people to actually make it make sense.
Okay. There we go. I think I fixed it. Hold on.
Bad technical difficulties. Hold on before you play that now. I just wanted to play something because someone said that I'm wrong and that Betty is really out there searching, that we got it all wrong.
Okay.
That I know it shows that she's in the car all the time. But they sent me just now. They sent me a short of her searching, and I thought I saw Olivia, but maybe it's probably somebody else. I don't think it's Terry because I don't see him. I just hear him in the background. So if anybody, it may be Terry or somebody else, but I'm going to play it. Let's look at it and see what it is. I didn't look at it. I just did it.
Let's do it.
I can't see now because it Ellie, but where's the dog? Bunny! What's the dog? Fuck off. Ellie, we're back. Oh!
Get me out. Get me fucking out, Alex.
There you go.
Well,
that was the best thing ever.
I'm sorry that Betty, somebody got you on film with your big ass glasses that you used with I have no proof that this is not her. She has the glasses like Betty has. She screams. She's always exposing herself like Betty does. So I have absolutely no proof that this is not her, but it does explain why she stays in her car and doesn't go out on on searches because this incident happened to her. I mean, that's what they said. You want to know why she doesn't go out on searches anymore? And they sent the video. Sorry, but that shit is probably true. Hit the. Let's continue on.
And also her CP sister and stepsister also work there. Not sure if it's true, but I don't. Then we need to start asking. We need to start requesting for an internal affairs investigation. Just you know what? This is a worldwide case that deserves. We deserve to know that at least things are running the way they're supposed to be ran. If they're not going to give us information, then fine. Then maybe we need to start making sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Because it sounds to me like they did not follow the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, the directives from them. And I've asked Nick Barris several times about it, and he didn't want to answer, right? But all of a sudden, somebody can say, oh, is there forensics done? And after me asking him for months and him not responding to me, he can say, the house? Question mark? Yes. You're in, like, I can't with Nick anymore. I can't. So since this armchair detective has to do his job too, then let me start working on it. But over and above that, we do need to really consider what Katie said. I want, if that was reported on Clue's channel, I want you guys to clip that where she said Katie lost her stuff and was going to unalive herself if she lost faith. It sounds like that was leaked somewhere. I'd like to see to have some of that. Hello, my friend in the bushes. Oh, Pete, it's nice to.
I bet you would like some of that. You do remember that Katie has martial arts training, right? I mean, if we're putting out what we would like, I would like, with no charges being filed by anyone, I would like the police to set up an inflatable ring in the road, leave the area for about 5 minutes, Seth bring his motorcycle clan around all the way around the ring, and how about we just have a 5-minute duke it out between Bullshit Betty and martial arts Katie.
That would be
I mean,
funny.
It should be a good fight though, because she acts all tough, like if she got her hands on Katie.
Well, she says she's from Skid Row.
But she from Skid something. She's
she a Skid Mark.
That's what I was fixing to say. She fucking skid marking somebody's fence.
Morning, a little bit late. I'll rewatch. Yeah, you should. It's pretty saucy. I truly believe everything is being handled higher up federally, Washington. I don't know. I really don't. Thank you, River. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Leilani Simon is in jail waiting to go to trial. Some remains of her son, Quentin, were found in the landfill. Yeah. I keep wondering where this boy is, but I don't think he was in the landfill because Chris disappeared for 17 hours. I'm sorry, that 17 hours bothers me. It's going to continue to bother me because I feel like Sebastian was removed from that house the night that we saw the lights going to the car, and I believe he was stashed somewhere, and when Chris had an opportunity, he had 17 hours.
Where's your proof of the 17 hours? You keep saying the 17-hour bullshit.
Yeah, she's been saying that for forever.
You keep saying how long it took him to get up to his tower crane, but he had to walk up there. They don't have an elevator for him to take up there. That takes a little more than a minute. You haven't talked to anybody who works there about how things went down, like a supervisor or something like that on the site. You just make up shit along with shit that people tell you they think they know, they think they saw. I mean, hell, you went crazy when the Confederate um graveyard had a bone pop up. Oh Lord, you had Christopher Brownfoot all up in radar bit. Oh, you know why? I stutter and I say a lot because of a medical condition that you're not privy to know. Not because I'm like you. I'm definitely not an idiot.
That's another thing I heard. Yes, I heard this morning that Chris's RV is no longer at that mobile home. But they think we're stalking them, okay? Like I just found this out through email, and then somebody commenting on my channel. Still never asked my audience to go stalk them. I'm always tempted to. I should stop.
You should, because you tell your audience all the time. You've done it in this video right here. If anybody has this,
she does,
or anybody has that, or if anybody's seen this,
or knows where they like to go,
or knows where they like to eat, or that, you're basically telling your people who live in Hendersonville to go and look and to chase. Well, not chase them. They're probably better stalkers than you are. They know how to be a good Hendersonville stalker, unlike you who stuck out like a sore thumb.
Satire. Thank y'all for all. Thank you. Who's that from? Darren, thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you all. I've been working so much since then. I haven't been able to follow anything and wondering whatever happened to that girl. If you're talking about Harmony Montgomery, she was found deceased and her father's been convicted of her murder. Lots of children unalived by their parents. And the risk goes up when the child's autistic. I can only pray and hope Sebastian is alive and hidden, but I know in reality that may not be the case. Yeah, statistics are not saying that be the case at all, quite frankly. So.
Then explain that. Explain that, please. How Seth is out there looking for his son, and you are out here grifting about his son like he is still alive. And yet the investigator who did the polygraph, Seth said he didn't believe he was alive. You say you don't believe he's alive. So why isn't every live you do a recovery mission for Sebastian Rogers? Stop repeating the same damn. Let me see. It's on this one, dear. It is. Right here. It is. They don't want him found. It's crystal clear. 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 Idiot.
Anyways, guys, that's it. I know I usually go for about an hour, but to be honest with you, I'm still kind of fighting under the weather. I've got a few court hearings this week, and I need to get cracking because I'm already under the weather, so I'm not going to be firing on all cylinders on the 16th. So I need to overstudy and hopefully overperform. I don't know, So
if you were overperforming, you might not have lost your man. I
was going to let that go. I was going to let it go.
Look, I have let shit go with her for too fucking long. Okay, I've let it go the first time she talked about the military. I've let it go when she called him defective. I've let it go when she called him a package, thinking that she would clear herself up, thinking that some military person in her life would slap her in the forehead and teach her the right thing to do. Some grandma in there. But now I see, after today, there is no one in there because she has them behind that cement wall. You can't be that brain manipulated. Y'all got to start thinking for yourselves. If y'all, Seth already told the polygraph guy, you say it every day, don't believe he's out there. Then why don't y'all both make your shit a recovery mission for Sebastian? And you're going to say, well, we haven't found him yet. But that's why it's called the recovery mission for Sebastian. But you're going to look like a bunch of dumbasses if he ran away and comes back or gets found in, I don't know, 5 years. Maybe he waits till he's 20. I don't know. I just saw a video the other day where a kid that's been lost for 15 years was found in California by walking up to somebody and asking them if they had change. That's the sad part. I don't know what happened to you. You can't blame it on JLR. It's your responsibility for your mental health. You are not the same person that was at Brian Laundrie's as you are now with the Sebastian case at all. You're working for a father, a biological father, that a lot of people think is guilty as shit, and it's crystal clear. That same biological father was trying to teach his son how to take care of himself when he was gone, which is like a 12, 14-hour shift at night. Why didn't Seth make arrangements with his supervisor to move to the day shift? So that he could work and Sebastian could be in school at that time. Huh? What's that? Speak up. Why is it that Seth, according to the word on the streets, has a new motorcycle that we'll be seeing at the pet
Thing.
digital ride? We'll be looking for that. Why is it that word on the street is that he has a new truck? What happened to Sebastian was going down the road, walking or looking, and he knows his dad's truck because of that big sticker. But guess what? His dad was just passing by now. He won't know. There are so many what ifs. What if Seth made a deal with a criminal who has a history of coming in there multiple times, and that's why they're so close, and then Seth didn't do what he was supposed to do in the deal that was made? Why did Seth say, I know where he is, but I don't have the money to go get him? Same comment that United Navy made. I'm calling them United Navy because the ass ain't Cajun and they're not Creole. So they're United Navy. And they're a bunch of money suckers just like Tony is. So I'm going to say something. I'm going to say this. But it's to your buddy Seth. Seth, if you really believe your son is deceased, then stop all the money grifting, because you're damn sure not using it to find Sebastian. Your surgery's already been done that you publicized all over. You have a more efficient vehicle, which is the word on the street. So go back to work like Chris Proudfoot did. Or is it that you can't go back to work because you are highly suspect here? Well, I'm sure you've made enough to live off of during this time. Sorry, not sorry at fucking all. Seth, if you had any real manhood to yourself, real father blood to yourself, you would get rid of Tony speaking for you. Because I want to know what kind of man cannot speak for himself about his child. Not none of this, I just want my son back. No. All this, I need to talk to the big stations, Vinny, and all that, instead of the low people, the low stations, that radio stations, anything, anybody that'll come, big, little, or small, anything, any hobo that'll walk up and help me find my son, that's where you lost it. In the commoners. Either your son is alive and you know it, and that's my opinion. Not anybody else's opinion. I don't speak for other people. They can call me all the names in the world they want to. I don't care. Just like bullshit Betty. She's going to go on and say how this about Nasir and that about Nasir. Or talk about the person that was on my channel with me today and make some bullshit up. And I don't give a shit because I know it's all a lie. Again, Seth, why are you having bullshit Betty make a mockery of looking for your son? She is making the Sebastian whole thing in your town look like a rodeo. So Seth, I'm sorry, but if you have any balls about you, you would get rid of Betty. And you would speak for yourself when it comes to Tony. And if you can't say anything more than, I just want someone to help me find my son. With Tony, then get rid of him too. And that's all I have to say about this subject. Because I'm Team Sebastian. I want to thank everybody for watching. Please hit the like, make a comment, and before I leave here, Betty, don't waste your time writing a nasty comment in my thing, because I don't care what you have to say. You're a useless atom in the world.
And don't send your minions either. They'll just be blocked.
No, I'm not going to block them. I'll let them write out. I have the balls to answer somebody. She doesn't. You can't answer a comment that she'll write a comment. She came to my channel, wrote a comment one day, and then wrote, "That's just what I'm saying." Oh, whatever. I responded or tried to respond on my own channel, and she made it where you couldn't respond back to her. You're such a fucking coward.
Yeah.
You can't even stand behind your own words. So please, everybody else, just hit like, subscribe if you want to, make a comment. If it's good or bad, I don't care. I'm willing to answer anything. I don't hide under the house like Betty. Thank you for all your time.
I'm laughing at the fact that I could just imagine Betty listening to this and getting frustrated.
But I don't
and
care what Betty
it gave
says.
me amusement.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. I greatly do appreciate it. Y'all have a blessed day. A real blessed day. Not a Betty place blessed day.